In this video, we will dive into the lesser-known events that shaped Dallas in the 1950s and 1960s. In the 1950s, Dallas was home to several prominent landmarks that have since disappeared. One was the Baker Hotel, a grand luxury hotel in Dallas that provided lavish accommodations for 54 years. The site is now home to the Whitaker Tower. Built in 1904, the Ambassador Hotel at 1312 South Irvay Street was a landmark in Dallas's Cedars neighborhood. It hosted celebrities, dignitaries, and 3 U.S. presidents, including Teddy Roosevelt. It burned down in 2019. The Praetorian Building, a 15-story skyscraper built in 1909 at 1607 Main Street in downtown Dallas, was the first skyscraper in Texas and the Southwest. It was the tallest building in Dallas until 1912 and was demolished in 2013. The Southwestern Life Insurance Building was a 16-story high-rise in downtown Dallas. Built in 1912, it was demolished in 1972. Today the site is home to Pegasus Plaza, one of the first parks in the city's central business district. Downtown Dallas was a hotspot for entertainment and dining in the early 1960s, featuring everything from upscale clubs and lounges to well-known strip joints. One notable venue was the Colony Club at 1322 Commerce Street, renowned as Dallas's top burlesque club from 1939 to 1973. In the 1950s and 1960s, Dallas's population grew from 430,000 to 680,000. It became a major technology hub with companies like Texas Instruments and the LTV Corporation thriving. In 1957, developers opened the Home Furnishings Mart, which evolved into the world's largest wholesale trade complex, the Dallas Market Center. That same year, the Dallas Memorial Auditorium opened downtown. The Dallas tornado of 1957 was a powerful F3 tornado that struck on a Tuesday afternoon, leaving a significant mark on Dallas. Spanning 16 miles through Oak Cliff and West Dallas, it lasted about 40 minutes. The tornado tragically claimed 10 lives, including 3 children from one family, making it the deadliest tornado in the Dallas-Fort Worth area up to that time. Around 200 people were injured, and 500 were left homeless. It caused damage to 574 structures, including 131 to 151 homes, and 9 to 28 apartment buildings that were completely destroyed. The tornado resulted in $4 million in property losses at the time. This tornado was notable for its impact in a heavily populated urban area during daylight. Elvis Presley first performed in Texas in 1954, starting in Gladewater and Houston. In 1955, he made numerous appearances, playing in Houston, Lubbock, Dallas, Odessa, Abilene, and Midland. In 1955, Elvis performed at the popular Sportatorium in Dallas. The arena was situated at 1000 South Industrial Boulevard, now known as Riverfront Boulevard, though it no longer stands. Elvis also performed in smaller towns and appeared on radio shows. His impact was significant, inspiring local artists like Roy Orbison. The Texas drought of the 1950s lasted from 1949 to 1957, causing severe water shortages and economic damage. During this time, rainfall dropped 30 to 50% below normal, and the temperatures rose. The drought led to some of the driest years ever recorded in Texas, with 1951, 1954, and 1956 being particularly dry. Ranchers and farmers were hit hard, losing crops and cattle. The number of farms and ranches dropped, and many rural Texans moved to cities. Towns faced water shortages, and some even ran out of water. The drought also caused severe dust storms and environmental damage. Relief finally came in 1957 with heavy rains and flooding, but the drought's impact was long-lasting. In 1950, Dallas didn't have any professional sports teams, and there were very few west of the Mississippi River. The Dallas Texans briefly joined the NFL in 1952, but struggled with a 1-11 record. They played only 7 games in Dallas before finishing the season. H.L. Hunt was a legendary Texas oil tycoon who established his headquarters in Dallas. He turned $30,000, allegedly acquired through a poker win, into a fortune by securing the vast East Texas oil field. Hunt lived at 4009 West Lawther Drive, and is often referred to as Dallas's Mount Vernon, due to its physical similarities to George Washington's Mount Vernon estate in Virginia. Juanita Craft, born in Round Rock, Texas in 1902, was a civil rights leader known for her activism in Dallas. After joining the NAACP in 1935, she fought against racial segregation. In 1955, she organized a protest against the State Fair of Texas's policy of limiting African American attendance. Craft also helped organize protests and pickets at segregated lunch counters, restaurants, theaters, and public transportation. Her efforts contributed to the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Craft became the first African American woman to vote in Dallas County and served on the Dallas City Council. She passed away in 1985. Big Tex, a 55-foot cowboy statue, has been a cultural icon of Dallas and the State Fair of Texas since 1952. Originating as a Santa Claus in Cairns, Texas, Big Tex was transformed into a cowboy and now serves as a traditional meeting point at the fair, embodying Texas pride and welcoming visitors from around the world. In the 1950s and 1960s, the Texas State Fair saw significant developments and memorable events. Highlights of the 1950s included an international livestock show, a monorail system, Elvis Presley's Cotton Bowl concert, and Vice President Richard Nixon's visit. In the 1960s, themes for each exposition began, with Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson visiting in 1961 and attendance surpassing 3 million in 1968. Many Texans experienced color television for the first time at the fair in the late 1950s, marking an era of innovation and excitement. State Fair is a 1962 American musical film starring Pat Boone and Anne Margaret, filmed in 1961 at the Texas State Fairgrounds. Notably, Dallas teenager Marvin Lee Aday, who later became famous as the singer Meatloaf, made his first screen appearance as an extra in the film. Six Flags Over Texas was a vibrant and exciting theme park that opened on August 5, 1961. With admission prices of $2.75 for adults and $2.25 for children, guests could explore 6 themed sections. The park featured 46 major attractions and quickly became a popular destination. During its first season, which lasted 45 days, the park welcomed over 550,000 visitors, marking a successful debut. On September 18, 1964, the Beatles played their only Dallas concert at Memorial Auditorium. The Beatles performed 12 songs for 10,000 fans, with tickets selling out in a day. The concert lasted just 30 minutes before the group left for Dallas Love Field, departing to a Missouri ranch for a day off. Earle Cabell, the mayor of Dallas, played a significant role on the day when President Kennedy lost his life. On November 22, 1963, Cabell and his wife welcomed the Kennedys at Love Field. During the motorcade through Dealey Plaza, Mrs. Cabell noticed something unusual, a long object protruding from a window of the Texas School Book Depository. Shortly after, the tragic event unfolded. Following this, the FBI informed Cabell of a threat against him, leading to heightened security during his travels, including when he attended Kennedy's funeral in Washington, D.C., and upon his return to Dallas. In 1969, soon after Woodstock, Louisville, a suburb in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, hosted the Texas International Pop Festival, attracting more than 100,000 music fans. Big names like Led Zeppelin and Janis Joplin performed. Local residents were shocked by the colorful crowd. Despite the backlash, the festival became a significant moment in Texas music history, later commemorated with a Texas historical marker at Hebron Station in 2011. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more videos like this, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Before you go, make sure to check out these 2 videos being recommended to you. Thanks for watching the History Stop, and we'll see you next time.